Well, if it isn't my old friends, the Dames for Games audience. What's up? How have you guys been? I know it's been a minute. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. But we're back. And I promised we'd be back. And I promised we'd be bigger and better. And we are bigger and better. We have tons more developer spotlights, trailers, and we have a really special guest. Like, I was kind of shy at first, but she had me at hello. Okay? She had me at hello. And she'll have you at hello. Because you guys, I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready for the amazingness that is going to be in this show. All right? Because I wasn't ready for it. And I planned it. I planned it with a bunch of other people. And I was like, when I sat back, I was like, yo, this show is fire. It's fire. I know we don't say lit anymore, so I wanted to make sure I didn't say that. But I mean, if we did say lit, it would be lit. But anyways, before we jump into the show, let me make sure that I thank everyone who's made this possible. The Mix team. They've been here from the beginning. They're the ones I pitched my idea to 4 years ago, and they're still holding my hand as we're going through this, and I appreciate it because when I get nervous, my hands get sweaty, so thanks for not letting go. Also, I'd like to thank Wings for working with us. We had them in our showcase twice before, but this time we partnered with them to make sure that everyone, all of the developers who are taking part, are a part of their Wings Steam Sell event. And that's going on from March 1st to the 10th. So if you're not aware, now you're aware. And you should definitely go check out all of the games in that event because there are going to be some great games. Not only that, we want to thank our broadcast partners. Huge shout out to IGN. Y'all know how to keep a girl happy. Huge shout out to GameSpot. And a huge shout out to Steam. Because without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't be able to reach the amount of people that we're able to reach. And last but not least, let's not forget to thank our sponsors, Freedom Games and HeroCraft. You guys are amazing. But before it gets too more serious, before we, you know, I'm just trying to calm down. I'm just, you know, this is it for me. We reached 1,000 people on Twitter. I know you guys are like, that's not a big deal, but that's a big deal for us, okay? I'm just, you know, like the feelings are flowing, so I'm just gonna step back. I'm gonna step back and I'll be back. All right, so you guys stay tuned. Watch the show. Tell me how you like it. I know you're gonna like it. I don't know why I asked that. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I'll see you in a bit.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, and I'm the co-founder and artist behind Echoes of the Plum Grove. Our game is a love letter to fans of farming sims, survival games, and history lovers. Drawing inspiration from titles like Harvest Moon and Paper Mario for the visual aesthetics, our goal was to create a world that had depth and felt very alive. We're a very small team of 2 people, so being the only artist, I got to contribute heavily into the look and the feel of our game. I've played many farming games, so I wanted to make sure that we were making a game that stood out from the rest, and Echoes of the Plum Grove stands out by blending cozy gameplay with real consequences. You have to prepare for winter, to overcoming diseases, deciding if you want to be kind or mean, have your taxes due, and after your character dies, you can continue playing on as the next generation. It's always been my dream to create a unique and stylistic environment that changes through the seasons, and the NPCs can change along with them. Having a living, breathing world where characters converse with each other, learn, and interact with the world around them, I've just wanted each season to bring a different emotion and feeling to the player as you rediscover the island in a different way with each passing season. It's important to me that we bring a new perspective to creative gameplay. In Echoes of the Plum Grove, our NPCs recognize in-world events that are happening. Rumors can spread, people can take up new jobs, and that's really something that makes our game very special. Thank you so much, Dames for Games, for supporting Echoes of the Plum Grove. You can wishlist us now on Steam. I'm so excited to get to show people the world we've drawn.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Harrison, founder and creative director of Flighty Felon Games, a women-led and majority indie game studio from Winnipeg, Canada. And this little guy here is my work-life balance for the next little while. Hello. We're making a game called Freeride, where you adventure through a world of spirits and your unconscious playstyle has a real impact on the narrative. After all, it's an RPG that's not so secretly a personality test. You'll never know when you're making decisions, you'll never be judged in terms of good or evil, you'll simply have to live with the consequences of your actions. In Freeride, each character you meet is a spirit with unfinished business. And how, or if you choose to solve their problems, will tell me a lot about you. How would you react to a toxic relationship? To overworking yourself, or to the loss of someone dear to you? Each part of the game can be solved in multiple ways, changing the fate of the characters and ultimately leading to vastly different endings. And of course, at the end of it all, the game reveals your personality type. We've been having a great time making the game, so here are Anne and Pooja to tell you a bit about their experiences.
Hi, I'm Anne Friesen. I'm the lead programmer at Flighty Felon Games. Working on Freeride has been a very rewarding experience. I love being a part of crafting this wonderful interactive narrative with some great characters and emotional moments.
Hi, this is Pooja. My role is to create 3D environment art for Freeride. My personal favorite artwork is Albion's house. You will eventually meet him and you will also get to visit his house. It's a wizard cottage in the middle of a valley, and the design is absolutely chef's kiss. In our demo, you can play the first arc of the game where you take a journey to Pandemonium Station.
Hi everyone, my name is Katrin and I am a programmer and co-founder at Spellgarden Games. We had a very exciting last year because we launched our first game, Sticky Business. Sticky Business is a small business simulator game where you run your very own sticker shop. We started working on Sticky Business in January last year, when we were actually pitching another different, bigger game to publishers, and that took a while. And we didn't really have anything to do, so we thought, okay, let's go ahead and make a very small game. We started working on Sticky Business and planned it as a 3-week project. And to be honest, we really struggled in the beginning and we thought, will anybody be interested in that? But still, we tried it and published some TikToks and something on Twitter, and the feedback was so overwhelmingly positive that we thought, okay, let's keep going and try and make this game a little bit bigger and see where this is going. We then released the game only 5 months after we started working on it, and we've got more players than we could have ever imagined. We were absolutely blown away by the positive feedback, and since then we've made several updates, and there is going to be more in 2024. Spellgarden Games is actually a very small studio. We are only 4 people. We have Sophie, our artist, who does all of our amazing pixel art. Then we have Zoe, who is our game designer, who creates all of the cool concepts and builds everything together in Unity. And then we have Kazi, who is our programmer, and then me, and I am also a programmer. I studied computer science and media, and after I finished my studies, I started working at an indie game studio where I also met all of the other 3 people. And then we all decided together, okay, let's do it, let's start a studio. That was 2021. And since then it has been very exciting. Not only was I a programmer, but I also had to do lots of other things. I started doing all of our social media channels. I could also sometimes help out with game design, which was very exciting. And I even made 1 or 2 small graphics for the game, which wouldn't have been possible if I had worked at a bigger studio. So for me, all of this was very exciting, and it still is exciting. Thank you so much for having us, Dames for Games. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Hello, Dames for Games. I'm Lilla. I'm the co-founder of Abby Tapes. I'm responsible for the art, character design, and level design, and basically all kind of aesthetic decisions considering Abby Tapes. My background is in book illustration, and my favorite mediums are crayon and Bex crayon. And when we started to design Abby's world, we wanted to keep this sketchy analog looseness in the world as well. Abby Tapes is a musical adventure game where you can meet a lot of fun characters solve their little problems while you are trying to save the city's festival. And you have a lot of musical puzzles in it, so it requires a lot of creativity. The game design is heavily influenced by the art, and the art is heavily influenced by the game design, so we had this really collaborative process in our studio, and I think the outcome is a handcrafted feeling where everything has a character and a personality. You don't need to know anything about music for playing this game. You can build up everything from little Lego elements of music, so it sounds good. And I think it gives you freedom to be creative while learning new stuff, and you don't have to fear that you won't succeed. Working on a game means for me that you can actually create a world that you can inhabit and you can walk in, and this is really different from anything that I've done before. So I'm really proud what we made. It's kind of unique. It's weird and cute. So I hope you will try it and play it, and please, of course, wishlist it on Steam.
Hello, I'm Mizu Yamaneko, a storyboard artist and co-founder of Alunite. I'm also the main creator and director of the game Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum is a mix of puzzle and adventure games. As a young night guard, you have to defeat the evil thieves that are stealing all the artifacts in the Museum. I wanted to make a game for everyone, something simple but funny with a children's book art style. My main inspiration are Paper Mario and Pane de Pon, and my hometown in Italy for the setting of the story. I created the story and the character starting from the visual part. I did a lot of concept art, most of the time traditionally, while discussing with my programmer and game designer on how to develop ideas. And now I think I know why programmers and designers want to punch each other. In this game I also work on most of the in-game art, such as character, texture and UI. Since I have a background in anime, I decided to put a lot of effort into hand-drawn animated cutscene, starting with the storyboard. I also supervise all the in-game animation, using the software Spine. We tried a different approach from the traditional 2D hand-drawn, while maintaining the good parts of animating in 2D. I have a very talented and diverse team, many animators and artists from Japan, Thailand and Italy who helped me a lot during development. Thumbs up for them! We are working very hard to release the game soon on mobile devices, Android and iOS. We are so looking for publisher to help us to bring the game to Steam and console. I hope you will enjoy our game. Bye bye!
Привіт, мене звуть Тей. Я половина дуету Weasel Token. Ми незалежна геймдев-студія з України. Взагалі-то я художник, але як і в будь-якій маленькій студії, це зовсім не єдине, чим я займаюсь. Анімації, наратив, геймдизайн. Хіба що програмування мені все ще нагадує ельфійську мову. Все дитинство я прожила в своїй уяві, вигадуючи магію навколо себе. І я все ще бачу її. Але тепер хочу й показати її іншим. Саме це є метою нашої студії – створювати атмосферні світи, захоплюючі пригоди та затишні історії. І все це ми вклали в Puzzles for Clef. Чи мріяли ви колись отримати таємничу мапу з великим червоним хрестом? Або викопати під деревом скриньку з магічним артефактом? А знайти приховані двері в своєму домі? Якщо так, то наша гра саме для вас. Puzzles for Clef – це мирна історія про одноіменну героїню. Кроленя Клеф отримує лист від своєї сестри Крес та відправляється на таємничий острів заради пошуку скарбів та розкриття таємниць своєї родини. Наша мета при створенні Puzzles for Clef була досить простою – дати гравцям можливість зануритися в чарівний світ та хоч ненадовго забути про будь-які негаразди з реального життя. Початковим поштовхом стала пандемія, що змусила всіх ізолюватися. Але й в подальшому для створення такої гри ставало дедалі більше причин, одна з яких торкнулася і нашої країни. Щиро сподіваємося, що наша гра зможе стати місцем перепочинку для будь-кого, хто його потребує. Геймплей Puzzles for Clef побудований на дослідженні чарівних локацій, від підземної бібліотеки до небесного замку. На кожному кроці вам траплятимуться ті чи інші цікавинки, головоломки, приховані місця, колекційні речі та, звісно ж, ексцентричні мешканці острову. Також в грі немає місця жорстокості. Вам не доведеться битися чи тікати, повертатися чи навіть просто хвилюватися. Хіба що якась головоломка не даватиме вам спокою. І наостанок маю сюрприз для всіх, хто вже чекав на нашу гру, чи зацікавився нею хвилину тому. Puzzles for Clef виходить в Steam вже сьогодні. Нехай ваша подорож разом з Clef буде незабутньою.
What is going on, everyone? It is Red Infamy, your master geektress, one of your hosts for today, and also co-producer of Dames for Games. To add on to that, I'm also the founder of Geek Game Tight, a really dope outlet that explores the diaspora of Black, Hispanic, and Native geeks from all around the world, exploiting our interests, our creations, and our culture within the world of geekdom as well. We have some really dope, incredible trailers and games that are from women-led or women produced or created. I gotta give a shout out to HeroCraft PC, one of our sponsors today, because they are showcasing one of their newest games that's about to come out, and that is Lord Amber Maid. So let's definitely jump into these trailers and check it out.
guys, I'm super excited. Are you excited? You should be excited because next up is our special guest. I don't even want to tell you who they are. Let me just break down the story for you, okay? I had to be up at 2 a.m. to be at the airport by like 3 a.m. to catch my flight by 5 a.m. and it was all worth it, okay? This is not me complaining. This is me telling you it was all worth it because this interview, baby, it's amazing. And I know you're probably sitting there and you're like, okay, girl, just tell us who it is. But I'm not going to do it. I want you to sit there and I want you to watch the next video because you're going to see who we got to come on to Dames for Games. And we are so honored to have had her on. So check it out. See who's coming on. And stay for the interview because this person is going to drop a ton of knowledge on you guys.
About you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
I need you to hear me. What you are saying, that he may not turn, is foolish.
But
no.
My home, David, paid for and in my name. You know the law, right? Have a nice day.
Chloe, for once, just please shut up.
Bad mojo is in the air this week. Thanks for the warning, Max.
It was like dreaming, but I could hear Victor. Don't you see? I don't want saving.
Bring the plan back in one piece. Oh, and don't chew on it. One of the students got horribly sick because of that.
I know what you must be going through. Really, I do. But I could use your
Don't we get a say?
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for evil is with me.
As long as they keep getting food from them, you'll be safe. I promise.
Hagoromo, Hamura, you belong to me. This is my realm. There's nothing you can do. Well done, Mr. Jackson. The rest of you, we'll see you at trial.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that video. We have a very special guest with us today, Sissy Jones. You may know her voice as the Absolute in Baldur's Gate 3. You can, if you're a huge animation nerd like I am, The Owl House, which is incredible. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. There's also Life is Strange. There's also Firewatch. She's done so many cool things, and I am so thankful that she's taken the time to come here and talk to us. Sissy, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I mean, you know, there was like a whole trial and error to get here today to make this happen. And I appreciate you so much for being understanding. But like, I'm just excited because, you know, we've been trying to create this platform for a while to just give women a space to talk about and their work and their dedication and their craft. And we want to create a safe space. And we also want to make sure that other girls and women can see these incredible individuals like yourself doing this amazing work. And you have like a huge caliber of work behind you that you've done, and you're kicking ass. So can you tell us a little bit about what you've done and how you got into voice acting?
Yeah, I actually have a degree in business. I did not start out acting. I worked in the Silicon Valley for like 10 years. I super hated my life. And I was like, I feel like a square peg in a round hole. This isn't my jam. And I was talking with my husband about what my dream job would be. You know, pie in the sky, what's your dream job? And I was like, I just want to be a voice on The Simpsons, but I don't know, you probably have to live in Hollywood. You know, I didn't even know the term voiceover existed. And 2 weeks later, I was getting ready for work in the morning, and Nancy Cartwright, who's the voice of Bart Simpson, was on the radio talking about voiceover and how it's this amazing job. And oh, by the way, there's a school an hour away from you. And I was like, so I called the school that day. I started taking classes that week, and 2 years later, I had an agent and quit my corporate job and moved to LA.
That's so dope. The thing that I love about that is that at any point you can change your career, right? You don't have to stick to something that you don't like doing. And I think that's really important. I think that's that's an idea that we had in the past where like you'd stay at a company for years and that would be your career and you would just kind of trudge through it. But it's so different today. People are constantly changing. So if you have a job that you don't like and you want to get into voice acting, like you've heard it from Sissy, like just do it, go for it.
I was 30 when I made the jump, and that's a scary time because you're supposed to be like settling down and having kids and getting married and just settled in your career. And I had a degree and a whole different thing. It was really scary, but it was like, I don't know, I like to refer to it as the cosmic zipper, right? Like if you're doing everything wrong, you just keep beating your head against a steel wall, and then when you find the right thing, it just goes zoop, it just comes together like a zipper. That's how voiceover was for me.
That's a really good analogy. I think I had something similar. I went to school for animation because I love animation, like I'm an animation nerd. And I went because I just wanted to see more Black people and more people of color in cartoons, because I realized when I was growing up, you didn't really see a lot of them. And my favorite characters were like Jasmine. And I didn't realize at the time why, but it was like, she was the closest thing that I felt looked like me, you know? And then I ended up in gaming, which I absolutely love. And I love that I'm still taking that here and that we're still talking about inclusion, because this industry needs so much work when it comes to like truly recognizing the great work that women do behind the scenes. And so that's another thing that like we try to continue to talk and have that conversation. But also the career change is really important, because even now I'm like, what do I want to do? Do I want to continue doing this, or do I want to get into narrative design? Like, I just want to try so many things. Playing Baldur's Gate, and so many talented people worked on that game, and seeing like you bring those characters to life really made me decide like maybe I really want to like write stories and like for games and like create these characters and watch them be brought to life by incredibly talented people. Because Firewatch, I didn't even at that time, I didn't know who was voicing it. This was a long time ago when I watched it. But listen, I was so sad at the end because I really wanted you guys to meet up, like your characters to meet up, and then you were like gone, and I was like, no. But that just means like, because it's not a big action game, but just like the way that you were able to portray your characters, like just drew people in. And that's so magical with the game.
Made you care.
I just think you did a phenomenal job on that. Yeah, you made me care. I really wanted them to get together. And I'm not going to spoil the game for anybody who hasn't seen it. I mean, I kind of did, but like you have to play the whole game to understand it. It makes sense in the end. But I also wanted to ask you how you get into character, right? Because you've done so many different characters. Like, do you have to like study, or is it just like a part of yourself that you're expressing through a character?
I think it depends on the character. Delilah was very close to me, and so she was just like kind of stepping into an old pair of shoes. You know what I mean? But then someone like Andreja, if you've played Starfield, you know, she, I don't know how much spoiler content I can give here. She required a little bit more because her background story was more involved. She kind of came from, if you haven't played the game, please, spoiler alert, just skip for the next like 30 seconds. She came from kind of a
spoiler alert, it's fine, just skip.
Okay. She came from kind of like a culty background. And so for me, it was like understanding the headspace of somebody who escapes that, or who is an external part of that but still believes in the core tenets, and like what does that mean? How does that translate? How does she trust? How does she wake up in the morning? You know what I mean? It's just these little stupid things that you don't really, I don't want you to hear me thinking about it when I'm doing the character, but I want to know when I come back for my next session, I can go, oh, it's this pair of gloves. Okay, here we go. And I know who this person is. And then there's something, you know, like Lilith Clawthorn, who like curses her sister, and, you know, what kind of headspace do you have to be in to make that happen? So there's a lot of like lived in experience of like, what do I, Sissy Jones, bring to a character, to make it something personal enough for me to make you care, but also like maybe there is some external research that needs to happen to make sure that that it's coming across in the way that I need it to come across.
No, I think you do an incredible job because I feel like all your characters are very grounded. And I think one of the things that I really like about it is that even when I go back and I know you're the voice of them, I don't think of it as like, this is Sissy Jones being Sissy Jones as a different character. Like, all of your characters are very believable. I don't know if I'm making sense when I say that. When I think, this is no hate to Tom Cruise, but when I think of Tom Cruise, I'm like, oh, it's another Tom Cruise movie. And it's you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel, like, if that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like all of your characters are very well grounded, and like I've loved all of them. Like, you've done amazing performances for all the ones that I've been able to like witness.
Thank you.
Okay,
that means a lot.
So my last question. You're welcome. No, you deserve your flowers. You really do. I know the industry is not easy, especially the game industry. So like being able to make lovable characters, I mean, like that's incredible. I really love the Owl House, and I know this is about gaming, but guys, you have to go check out the Owl House. This is such an incredible animated show. It's so cute.
It's so fun.
But my last question, and then we're going to get to you, and like, because I know you want to talk about some things, and I want you to be able to express those things while you're here. But if you wanted to give some advice to someone who is looking to start out or just maybe want to dabble in it, what would you say? Because I know a lot of people are like, I have to get the best microphone. I have to do this. I have to do this. What would be your advice to someone just starting out?
Number one, take acting classes. Everybody thinks like, I can talk, I can read out loud, I can be a voice actor, and there's so much more to it than just talking out loud. Take acting classes, local community theater, online. Since COVID, there's 1 million online courses available. You know, I have a friend who runs voiceover.camp here in LA, and she does great voiceover classes online. That's where you start. That's where you start. And then once you get to a point where you are competitive, then you worry about the gear, then you worry about the microphone and the computer setup and the booth and all of that stuff. But you have to realize that voiceover is not like the business world, right? Where if I join a company, the people above me are looking to get promoted, right? And their spot will become available. And if I hustle my butt, maybe I can get promoted to that spot. That doesn't happen here. I am still competing against Grey Delisle and Courtney Taylor and Kari Wahlgren and Tara Strong because they are frigging incredible actresses at the top of their game, and they should continue to work for as long as they want to, but I can carve out a nice spot for myself too. I would also say don't sell your personal stories away because you think they're not important. That's what makes you you. That's what makes your characters real and grounded and lived in, and it makes people care about them. You know, no, I've never cursed my sister, but I've had people that I've been really, really jealous of. Okay, what does that mean? Bring that to the table. Be awful. Use it like a therapy session and just be awful if the character calls for it. Or, I don't know. The other thing is, it can be disheartening sometimes as a woman in this space to realize that for every one female character, there are 10 male characters, and that's not an exaggeration. It can be really frustrating. So keep having conversations and keep trying to change the dialogue. You know, keep lifting other women up. This is not, yes, it's competition, but you know, Courtney Taylor is one of my very best friends. We are constantly in competition together, but if she is booking something, we are celebrating. If I am booking something, we are celebrating. Lift each other up always. There's no room for tearing each other down, please.
I love that. Thank you. That was really good advice. I think we should all try our best to celebrate the successes, because if one woman is succeeding in something, that just means that they're building a foundation and opening doors for other women to follow through. And that's so, so important. And that's kind of what we're trying to do here. So thank you for that advice. That was great.
I love it.
But before we end, I know that you wanted to talk about some things, and I think they're very important, and I want you to share it with our audience. So let's get into it. Okay. What are you working on?
So the first thing is, you may have heard of this little thing called AI. It's kind of on the top of everybody's tongue right now. For all of my voiceover friends, there is a nonprofit out there called the National Association of Voice Actors. I am on the board. We have been busting our butts over the last year. We've spoken with multiple lawmakers, senators, Congress people, the Federal Trade Commission, the Office of Copyright, to get the right legislation passed to protect artists, not just voice actors, but also, visual artists. And we're working with models and singers and musicians and all of these people. And also, if you are a voice actor, NAVA, the National Association of Voice Actors, also offers access to healthcare. So if you are a SAG member and you don't qualify for healthcare, if you are a non-union member and you don't have healthcare, you can get it through NAVA, which is amazing to me. Anyway, that's that. The first thing I will tell you is to please read your contracts. Even if you are coming at this as a union actor, a non-union actor, a FICOR actor, I don't care. Read your contracts. There are a lot of companies that are trying to sneak language in there that gives them the right to take your session recordings and feed it through machine learning to create an AI version of your voice. Please be aware. To that end, I have founded a startup company. I feel like I'm right back where I started from in the Silicon Valley. I have started a startup company aimed at protecting voice actors, but also utilizing the power of AI on our own terms. So making sure that we have consent, that you're being turned into a digital voice, control anytime your voice is chosen for a project, you get to say whether or not you want to be involved, and compensation every time your voice is used. There are a ton of AI companies out there right now that are trying to recruit anybody with a microphone. Please be aware of what they are not offering. If they are not offering you consent to be turned into a digital voice, control to have the ability to say no or opt out of projects, and proper compensation, run for the hills, because your first job could be your last job. I don't want that for anybody in this industry. My company is called Morpheme. It is an actual word. It's the smallest unit of spoken language. And we are working to be the ethical bridge between AI and voiceover. It's been really fun, a lot of work, but I'm hopeful for the first time in a very long time about all of this, which has been great. The second thing, which is probably a little more fun, is that I'm working with Paula Rhodes, who was in Resident Evil, and Neil Newbon, who obviously is Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3, and Julian Richings, who is from Supernatural. We are making a movie about witches, and we're raising money, which I'm super excited about, but we are tackling the concept of the Malleus Maleficarum, which was a book that was written by a punk 400 years ago, and it was the basis for how all of these women were accused of being witches, and some men, honestly, accused of being witches and killed for it. And so we're going back and telling the story from our point of view. I'm really excited about it. So
no, I love that. I can't wait for it to so if people want to donate to this, where can they go to help you guys?
You can go to my Instagram page at Sissy Speaks. I have a video up with the link, or you can go to seedandspark.com. It's a fundraising platform, kind of like Kickstarter. We have incidental characters that we're going to give to people who donate a certain amount. All kinds of perks and stuff for people who are willing and able to pledge.
That's awesome. And guys, we will have those links, so don't worry about it. Just keep watching the show and we'll make sure they pop up so you can go and help donate. This sounds like an incredible project. Sissy, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us today. You've dropped some diamonds when it comes to knowledge and just advice for the viewers, and I appreciate it. If people want to follow you, they can follow you on... Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I want to say thank you for creating a space for women here. We can get drowned out a lot of times, and it's important that we have our village, our coven, our community, right? So thank you. And if people want to follow me, I am on Instagram at Sissy Speaks. It's Cissy Speaks. I used to be on Twitter, and then some guy took it over and I just lost interest. So mostly Insta right now.
we all know it's name change and all that. But Thank you again. And listen, guys, go support Sissy and everything that she does. You already love her. I know you've already played games and you've heard her and you probably didn't even know it was her. So go support her. Let's continue to uplift each other, especially on this platform, because that's what we want to do, and just out there in real life. And as I've always said, and I will continue to say, you deserve to be heard, seen, and you deserve to be respected. So keep watching the show. We still have a lot more to come, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Yay! So you saw who it was, right? You saw it was the incredible Cissy Jones. Like, speechless, okay? Speechless. And if you didn't know who she was, you had to have figured it out after you watched the trailer, because she is so versatile. I bet you didn't even know that she voiced some of those iconic characters, did you? Well, now you know. And that was only like the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more. But before we move on to the rest of the show, she did bring up a project that she's working on called Burned, and she's working with some other incredibly talented people. You might recognize some of them. So sit back, relax. We're going to show you what they've got cooking, and if you have time, and if you want to, which you should, make sure to check out their campaign page and donate, because this is going to be incredible.
Am I a witch? I dreamt that I was introducing a new film with my friend America Young, where the witches burned back. And I woke up and this script poured out of me. And ever since then, it's almost like fate has been dragging it along, just bringing so many of the people that were actually in that dream to it. And now it's time to add you. In a dark library before opening hours, when the newest librarian asks her peers where to shelve the Malleus Maleficarum. Thus starts our seasoned librarian's tale of the book's origins, taking us into Austria, 1485, via a beautifully animated motion graphic novel by Zach Finfrock and voiced by some very exciting names. It is time for the witches to burn back.
Well, hello there. Fancy seeing you here. How'd you like that interview? How'd you like the voice trailer? How did you like finding out about some projects that a few iconic voice actors are working on? Pretty dope, right? Like, I want to watch a movie about witches getting their revenge. Heck, I want to play a game about witches getting their revenge. Oh, that's a good idea. Don't take that idea. It's my idea now, and Sissy, if you want to possibly voice the main character in this game that I've just decided I'm going to make, please call me. But guys, before we get into the rest of the show, I'm going to take a moment to be a little serious here. So get close. Lately, the industry has been having a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs. We've had some wins, but it's really been affecting the morale of the community. Especially the developers and people who work in the industry, right? And we here at Dames for Games want to do our best to support you. So whether that's giving you a platform to showcase yourself and your work, or also helping to partner with other organizations and be an ally in this fight against the machine. Does that make sense? Because games are on machines? Yeah, games are machines. Well, games themselves are. Okay, all right, I digress. What we want to do is to continue to bring forth information that we come across to help you while you're going through this tough time. So please, please, please follow us, join our Discord. If we have resources, please take advantage of them. And if you out there, speaking to the developers, speaking to those in the industry, if you have resources that you want to share with us so that we can spread that information, please do. We're here for you, all right? Because without you, I would have absolutely nothing to look forward to after work. And that's not the only reason, but listen, that's a little bit of a love language, all right? So, let me not digress. Let's keep going. We have some incredible trailers coming up. I don't know why I said incredible like that, but I think I just got really hyper. We have some incredible trailers coming up, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Just Just give me a call when you can.
I'll call her back. I hate leaving Rocky when I go to the city. He hates the wind and whatever else it brings out. Rocky, where are you, boy? It's just the wind. There's nothing outside. Hey, buddy. Sorry I'm late. Damn. Hello? Is someone out there? I made sure it couldn't follow me home. It couldn't, could it? Rocky?
Hi, I'm Tia and I'm just a student, but if I'm not busy cramming for my next exam, then I must be in-game mid-maxing my character. I've loved gaming since I was a child because I watched my mom play on the PS1 every single day while I ate breakfast in the living room coffee table, just waiting for the time where I'll be old enough to join her. I'm certainly old enough now, and I cannot imagine what my life could have been like if I did not experience the wonders and magic and community that gaming brings. I have since taken that passion to stream on Twitch as Tiajitsu, and I'm very proud to say that I'm a part of the Dames for Games team as a community manager. We're always happy to meet you and get to know you, your passion, and your projects, so please come join us. Now, are you ready to go through a dark forest or explore a haunted mansion? Well, up next we have mysterious and cool games, so don't forget to wishlist your favorite and check out Wings Steam sales. All of these games and more will be available in Steam's Women's Day sales, so don't forget, wishlist the games. Now, time for mystery.
Something terrible is coming.
Hi, I'm Alice, game designer and founder of Paperflower Games, talking to you today about Woodside. Woodside is a supernatural horror adventure game. Players will explore, investigate, and survive the ghostly terrors plaguing a seemingly quaint British village. Woodside is developed in Unreal Engine 5. My role on the project spans design, development, and production. I spend time on game systems, level and narrative design, prototyping and implementing gameplay, and use the Unreal Editor to build game levels and create cinematic sequences. Currently, I'm based in the English countryside, a very convenient place to research and collect references for environments and audio that are recreated to bring Woodside to life. My local area is particularly creepy at night. Great inspiration for a horror game. Woodside is an important project for me, as it's given me the opportunity to develop a game that follows a Black British female protagonist, exploring a horror story from a different perspective. As a fan of mysteries and detective gameplay, I wanted to explore ways to present a deeper connection to the story by giving players autonomy in their investigations. To add extra depth, I work closely with artists and audio designers to look deeper into spirits beyond just enemies. Each spirit has its own distinct design and backstory to be discovered, creating unique frights that we hope you'll enjoy.
You were supposed to protect us.
The number you have dialed cannot be reached at the moment.
Hello， 大家好，我是他的日记制作组的试水。他的日记的完整剧本一共有4本书，每本书的风格都不同，谜题的展现形式和类型也有所区别。那么在每一本书后面呢，还会有一个类似于复盘、梳理线索的部分，使日记之间的串联会更加的完整。这个项目目前的开发人员只有2个人，是2个女生，一个就是我。我的话呢是程序出身，现在负责这个项目的策划、程序，包括音效。另一个女生小七，她是在负责美术的部分。当然啦，在开发过程中，我们也会有虎仓其他小伙伴的帮助。
Hello, my name's Sam Cable. I'm co-founder of Spoonful of Wonder and we're based in Sydney, Australia.
My background is in screenwriting and copywriting, so I was excited to take the leap into video game writing. Copycat is a narrative-driven adventure game about rejection, belonging, and the meaning of home. I was inspired to write a script that explored the complex and nuanced world of pet ownership. Copycat is about a cat who learns to deal with abandonment and a human forced to surrender due to her age and declining health. Together, 2 souls go on a journey to discover the meaning of family. That is, until things take a turn when a stray copycat turns up at the door. My role as head of narrative means I champion the story through every stage of development. I help describe the world for the art director, plan movement cues for the animator, and suggest vocal cues for the actors. One of my favourite parts of the creative process was seeing our dialogue come to life. We had a 3-day studio record where we were able to work directly with our actors to sculpt the emotions and intensity of the scene. We averaged about 200 lines a day between our lead actors, at the same time focusing on intonation, clarity, and vibrancy of the dialogue.
Thanks Dames for Games, we're so excited for you to play, and remember to wishlist Copycat on Steam today.
Hi, my name is Laura Tallerty, and together with my partner Scott Edelman, we are indie studio Lunabeat Games. We just made Paranormal Detective Escape from the 90s. It is a VR escape room set in an old arcade. So you're a detective and you've been tasked with finding a missing girl. She went into the mall after her older sister and she was never found again. So you have to go to the arcade, you have to solve a lot of puzzles to find out what happened and kind of track her down. You do get to play a lot of arcade games. We put a lot of work into having very cool, very interactive VR arcade games. We have skee-ball, stickball. We've also got pinball that works very well. We've also got the claw game that actually comes around and does the little claw, which is very exciting. It's very fun to play. We've also got air hockey. We've got just a regular little arcade game in there. So it's really fun. It also has a lot of references to 90s pop culture. So movies, music, games, all the kind of stuff that was popular back then. The third act in the game is this gigantic, surreal kind of vaporwave fantasy in this place that we call Cyberworld. You face off against an evil robot to save the girl. So it's a little surreal. You fight some old 90s toys. It's a really good time. Our reviewers and people who've played it on stream, different streamers, they've had different reactions. They've gone from just completely speechless, they've been laughing, they've been screaming. So it's a really fun game, and it's actually the sequel to a previous game called Paranormal Detective Escape from the 80s. You had to go into a kid's game room who went missing in the 80s, and it had a lot of 80s references and 80s toys, and we had a lot of fun with that. So anyway, thank you so much for including the game. Hang loose, have a radical day, and that's all for now. Laura from Lunabeat signing out. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
I am creative director of another team, a small studio based in Sweden, and I'm also the artist and animator of Bubumbu. Bubumbu is a hidden object / puzzle game in which everything is hand-drawn and every quirky character is brought to life by frame animations. We rarely reuse assets, so every detail has been drawn with a unique purpose, and I make sure everything is in perfect harmony. One of the fun things about working on a small team is that we all get to contribute to every aspect of the game. For example, me and the game designer brainstormed together to come up with new concepts for new levels. Next, the game designer produces an asset list with key elements and notes, but plenty of creative space for me to do my own thing. After creating all assets, I export everything into sprite sheets, which then we import into the game engine. Aside from another team, I'm also one of the 3 founders of Femdevs Peru, a small organization and community that works for gender equality in the Peruvian games industry. We hope to inspire more Latin American women to join the games industry and even start their own companies and release their own game titles. If you like cute and wholesome games, don't forget to wishlist Bubumbu.
Hi everyone! My name is Danny, and I'm the co-founder of a Philippine-based indie game studio called Yang Yang Mobile. We specialize in making narrative-driven games such as visual novels, RPGs, and dating sims. I'm here to talk about our latest game called High Times, an anti-dating visual novel and cooking simulation hybrid. In this game, you're a mood confectioner whose job is to serve donuts and make your customers happy. But this is not just any ordinary donut. Your donuts are laced with mood enhancers. And depending on the flavors that you serve, your customer's mood changes, which ultimately affects the story that will play out in the game. You have a variety of flavors to choose from, each corresponding to a particular mood, namely courage, sincerity, patience, and many others. It's up to you to figure out which of these emotions are best suited to help your troubled customers. And if that's not enough, your customers are also, sadly, your exes, and they all have a bone to pick with you. Too bad closure isn't one of the moods that's on the menu, So it's up to you to navigate complex emotions through the power of heartfelt conversations and perhaps with the help of a donut or two. High Times is set in a world where LGBTQ identities are the norm, and all the exes are potentially of any sexuality due to the customizable main character. Throughout the game, players are presented with choices that affect the outcome of the story. Production for High Times is currently in full swing, and as the creative head, my goal is to ensure that the design, art, and writing team have a unified vision for the entire game. Aside from that, I also handle the other tasks that can't be done by anyone else because we're just a small team and somebody has to do it. We plan to release High Times around early next year along with game features such as English voice acting. If you enjoy donuts, drama, and rolling in the dough, then get ready for High Times.
Hi everybody! Thanks for tuning in. I'm Julian Belbonton, an illustrator and designer based in Toronto. I'm an art director at Continue, which is a creative marketing and content collective that specializes in video games and entertainment. I've also been involved in a lot of gaming communities as a helping hand with outreach and or with social media. I'm a huge fan of video games and I dabble in all sorts of different genres, from point and clicks to cozy games to disgusting horror, FPSs, dungeon crawlers. I am locked in. The main focus in my community work is to assure and prioritize marginalized creatives in the gaming industry. Gaming for me has always been an anchor in my most cherished friendships, and it continues to be an avenue where I meet a lot of like-minded people. I believe in abundance, and I believe in more welcoming and diverse gaming environments, and will continue cheering on for safe spaces where people can create and play games however they want. That being said, I'm really excited to introduce the next segment, which will cover a range of organizations who are doing the utmost to help uplift members of all sorts of different backgrounds in the industry. Let's check it out.
Hello everyone! I want to thank you all so much for having Wings back on the Dames for Games showcase, and this time it's for a special occasion, celebrating International Women's Day. A huge focus of our mission at Wings is to make sure that the diverse games of tomorrow are being funded today. And we do this specifically by funding exciting projects being made by women-led and gender-diverse studios. Wings provides both financial and industry support and then works with these studios to help them become sustainable so that they can continue making all of these wonderful creative games that reach a broader audience of players. Today, we're also here to celebrate the return of the Wings Women's Day sale on Steam. As you know, there are so many incredibly talented women game developers behind the games that we know and love. These developers are the reason why we believe the Women's Day sale is so important. We want to help shine a light on these developers' incredible accomplishments and to help introduce players to their awesome games. This year, you'll find over 400 amazing games crafted by women-led teams with huge discounts and brand new demos of exciting upcoming games you definitely don't want to miss out. The Women's Day sale is happening right now and is running until March 10th. And this year, we are so excited to have Dames for Games supporting this event and helping to highlight these incredible games. Here are 2 upcoming Wings-funded games that I definitely recommend checking out. Let's take a look. Welcome to Grimoire Groves, a cozy, roguelike dungeon crawler that will transport you to a world of wonder and excitement. In this game, you'll play as a young witch who grows cute plant creatures and discovers the secrets of the Grimoire Groves, a forest inhabited by mythical creatures and powerful spirits. The release date is yet to be announced, but you can play a demo on Steam right now. Embrace your inner monster in Sigh of the Abyss, a dark fantasy visual novel. Born from a bloody ritual, you, the protagonist, must navigate a world torn by corruption. Choose and develop your supernatural gifts, explore love interests, and shape the destiny of a nation in this rich narrative experience. Coming to PC this summer. Thanks to everyone watching for supporting Dames for Games and all of the incredible women who make the games we love to play.
Be sure to visit the Wings Women's Day sale event page on Steam to discover more great game recommendations, and don't forget that a wishlist is a great way to support the games you like.
Hi everyone, it's me, Twy the Queen, but you can just call me Twy. I'm your 2023 Stream Supreme winner, and today I'm here to talk about Stream for a Cause. Stream for a Cause is a non-profit that believes in supporting grassroots and community-based organizations around the globe. From LGBTQI+ advocacy and programming to food equity and human rights, Stream for a Cause supports organizations who are out there making a difference in the communities just like yours. We work alongside our volunteer creators to advocate and raise funds which are used to fund direct service programs with charities and support sustainability, coaching, and mentorship with organizations to help them thrive. On behalf of Stream for a Cause, we want to thank you for your support. And to get involved in the work that we are doing today, be sure to visit streamforacause.org. Thank you.
What's going on, gamers? My name's Natalie. I'm a part-time Twitch streamer and full-time gaming enthusiast. The COVID-19 pandemic caused a massive turnaround surrounding how we interact with others on a day-to-day basis, and gaming peaked in ways that I think none of us could have ever imagined. I personally became a huge fan of Animal Crossing New Horizons during that time, and I couldn't imagine how that experience would have been without the comfort of my Animal Crossing friends. Playing games on your own can be a lot of fun and such a great way to clear your mind, but to me, nothing beats booting up your favorite multiplayer game and spending some time with some of your favorite people. Take your virtual or even IRL connections to the next level with these awesome games. Make sure you add them to your wishlist because these and more will be available for purchase during Steam's Women's Day sale event.
Hey Dames for Games, we're the women of Brickweaver Game Studio.
Hey everyone, I'm Darcy. I'm our creative director.
Hi, I'm Desiree and I do quality assurance.
I'm Jacqueline, I work on UX UI.
Hey, I'm Ruby and I'm a DevOps engineer.
I'm Taylor and I do social and community.
And I'm Claire, the lead writer. We're recording directly from the Tales of Fablecraft platform, where our built-in video chat makes it easy to play from anywhere.
In Fablecraft, as with many other TTRPGs, characters' fates are determined by the roll of a dice. Each player rolls their dice on the shared story scene, and results are automatically calculated, so you don't need to interrupt the flow of the game to figure out mechanics. We designed combat to be intuitive and fun. Players control their own tokens on interactive battle maps, where they can choose their target and roll dice to hit. There are tons of different combat abilities to choose from, all brought to life with stunning sound and VFX. It's easy to run a game of Fablecraft for your friends, whether you're a first-timer or forever GM. Our ready-to-play adventures include an integrated GM guide that serves up the information you need as you need it, whether you're prompting dice rolls, changing artwork, or introducing an NPC. You can bring your adventures to life using a host of stunning artwork, all set in the world of Mythos, a place where nature dominates and magic runs wild. You can create your own stories using the 135 unique assets included with the free base game. We're currently building homebrew tools, so you'll soon be able to upload your own artwork too.
Thanks so much for watching and for giving us the opportunity to highlight the dames that work on this game. Please check out Fablecraft and wishlist us on Steam. Bye!
Bye!
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm the founder of Pangea Game Studios. We're developing a nautical game called Forgotten Seas, which is based on the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. I graduated in computer science from the University of Washington. I'm a software engineer with a passion for game design and music. My game Forgotten Seas is a medley of my thoughts in life. I wanted a game where I could not only relax on a beach or build a home, but also seek out dangers on my own terms. Growing up in the Pacific Northwest, boating, fishing, and hiking were a big part of my life. You will see elements of these in my game, be it tearing through the oceans in a ship, or splitting wood and baking pies. I started working on games right out of college. To support my college education, I worked in fast food restaurants and worked landscaping jobs while juggling classes through high school, community college, and college. As a female in the STEM field, I am not a stranger to the social stigma that comes with the tech trade. Creativity and structure often collide with each other. After a few hard-earned lessons, I decided to branch out on my own. I love to write and produce music. My vision is to bring great music and great games together. As a mom and a game dev, sometimes I wish there were 48 hours in the day. You constantly run the risk of burnout. Burnouts are one of the biggest struggles for game designers, and it's extremely important to keep a clear head and set some time aside for relaxing. When I'm not coding or taking care of day-to-day things, I'd like to play games with my family, compose music, and play musical instruments. Playing flute on a beautiful day can bring a lot of joy, not just to yourself but others that I share music with. I hope you enjoy what Pangea Game Studios brings to the gaming world. Make sure to wishlist Forgotten Seas!
Hey friends, I'm Kim Edwards. I'm the senior producer at Guiley Games, and my background is mostly in the tech startup industry. I love working at Guiley because it's located in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I grew up. Rah Rah Boom is a modern take on a classic beat-em-up featuring 4 ninja cheerleaders from space, battling to save Earth from AI gone rogue. In addition to strong talent from women here in the Guiley studio, Rah Rah Boom features 4 diverse female protagonists. This representation was fundamental to the game's beginnings. Here, let's take a look. Rah Rah Boom is a couch co-op featuring 4 playable characters fighting as a team to battle the AI robots who have overtaken Earth, sending humans fleeing to space. Rah Rah Boom features hand-drawn, retro-style art and a killer soundtrack to match the fast-paced action. While our protagonists are from outer space, they are still relatable, reluctant heroes in a coming-of-age story. Choose your character based on your playstyle that suits you, each with their own strengths and struggles. You can see our integrated lane system that allows you to quickly switch between lanes to strategically target multiple opponents with improved accuracy. It also really helps when you're playing as a team. Your success is graded based on kills, assets, deaths throughout our many ranged and melee attacks. Choose from an array of options to enhance your character. Right now, we'd love your support with a follow or a wish list on Steam. And stay tuned as I try to keep the team on time towards the launch later this year. Thank you so much for watching the Dames for Games showcase, and to the organizers for building more of a spotlight on women and diversity in games.
Hi everyone, my name is Flo Birchall. I'm the assistant producer at Snapfingerclick, and I'm currently working on our newest game, Awkward 2.
Working for a small indie company, we often have lots of different roles. For example, in Awkward 2, my roles have consisted of creating social media content, writing character commentary, doing QA, researching content, and writing questions, which was certainly a not safe for work job for Awkward 2. Now let me introduce you to Awkward 2, the party game of Savage Secrets. Answer delightfully offensive questions in secret, your friends guess your answer, and whoever knows you best wins. Featuring thousands of scandalous questions that will test friendships, relationships, and morals. You use your phone as a controller, perfect for intimate game nights or for big parties. Awkward 2, the most savage and hilarious party game.
Our studio is made up of 50% women, and along with creating accessible party games, we also devote a lot of our time into creating a more inclusive gaming industry and helping more women get into games. Thank you so much, Dames for Games, for inviting us to participate in this incredible showcase. We are so proud to be recognised amongst so many other incredible female game developers, and we're really excited for you all to play Awkward 2 later this year. And if you're patient like me, then you can already check out the demo and wishlist it on Steam now.
Hi, I'm Wing, the social media specialist at Weirdworks.
Nestled in the heart of Malaysia, we're a game development studio behind the crafting of award-winning, adorable, and quirky games. From brainstorming wild ideas to forging social connections, I work on marketing campaigns and collaborate with my colleagues to elevate the company's visibility.
Hi, my name is Jia Hui and I've been an animator at Weirdworks since 2020, working on multiple projects such as Unicorns on Unicycles and Monster Nest.
From character animations to dynamic cutscenes, I thrive on delivering mesmerizing animations that bring life to our games and their characters, making them truly endearing and leaving players with lasting emotional connections.
Hi, my name is Farah and I'm the artist for Weirdworks. I'm the person who designed this little guy here.
My whole life has revolved around art, so I'm passionate in bringing our games to life with a blend of 2D and 3D artistry. From sketching adorable characters to making cute models, I put my creativity into every aspect of the visual design for our games.
Well, that's the end of our show. But don't be sad. I mean, I'm a little sad, but I'm also really happy because I know that there's another show right around the corner. And we are partnering with some incredible organizations. Oh my God. I don't even know what that face was, but it was like me trying to hold excitement in. Because we're doing big things, right? We're gonna have big guests on, okay? We're gonna show more developers. And I just want to give a message to those who applied. We had an overwhelming amount of submissions this time, so do not despair. If you didn't get in this time, we have lots more shows that we have planned, okay? You're going to get in there. We want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to showcase their work and to be seen, heard, and respected. I say that all the time, but it's very, very important. Inclusiveness and diversity. So that's what we're working on, and that's why we're partnering with other people and other organizations later this year. So stay tuned for that. But before I go, there's some people I gotta thank. All right, you know who you are, but I'm gonna call you out anyway. IGN, GameSpot, and Steam. Guys, you just make my heart beat really fast, because without you, we wouldn't be able to reach everybody that we were trying to reach. So thank you for being our broadcast partners. I want to give a huge, huge, huge shout out to those organizations that worked with us and helped us put things together. Wings. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to put our games in your incredible cell that has a huge focus on women in the industry. So thank you for that. The Mix, you already know. Everybody on the Mix team, I have mad love for you. You guys are like, we're besties. We're like this, you know what I'm saying? And I want to give another shout out to some of the other people who have helped. Now, they've helped behind the scenes, but I am telling you, it takes so much to put a showcase together. So to my Dames for Games family, thank you so much for your continued support, your volunteered time. I love you. You guys are the best, and I appreciate everything that you do. We also want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Freedom Games and HeroCraft. Freedom, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys have been an ongoing supporter from the very beginning. We could not do what we do without your help and support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And to HeroCraft, you guys have been a supporter twice now. And listen, I'm starting to catch feelings. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm starting to catch feelings. But in all seriousness, thank you. To all of those who have been affected by the things going on in the industry, please know that we're here to support you as best we can. If you need resources, we will do our best to get you resources. And if you have resources, please share them with us so we can share them with a wider audience. This is it. This is the end. Until next time. I'll see you guys in the next showcase.